Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So in this video we are going to discuss the questions which were asked in Wipro NLTH held on 29th February, and this will not include any kind of revealing of what the questions are, but there are similar type of questions which are asked in the paper. So we are going to discuss that. So let's get started. So the first question is from an aptitude section which says what is the unit digit of 1 plus 2 square plus 3 cube plus 4 to the power 4 plus 5 to the power 5 plus 6 to the power 6. Now this is the concept of unit digit, and we have already made a video on it, so you can go check it out. I will link it up on the cards so you can watch it. So the answer is pretty easy. So for example, if we talk about 1, so you know that anything to the power 1 will always be 1. For 2, you can do it in two different manner. First, which is by using the unit digit concept, which is already shown in our video, or else you can directly say 2 to the power 2 is 4. But if we go with the second method, that is the one which we discussed in our video, if we see that 2 divided by 4 gives a remainder of 2, so the power of 2 can be 2 to the power remainder. So the remainder is again 2 and the power will be 4. Similarly, the case is the same for 3. So 3 divided by 4 gives a remainder of 3. So the power of 3 will be nothing but the remainder. So your remainder is 3. So 3 to the power 3 will give you 27. So the unit digit is 7. In the case of the number 4, the power is again even. So your unit digit will be 6, as already discussed in our video, that if the power is even for the number 4, then its unit digit will be 6. If the power is odd, then the unit digit will be the number itself. Similarly, the case will be for 9 as well. You can watch the video, we have linked it above. So the concept will be clear from that. Then we have the number 5. So anything raised to the power 5 where the condition is that the power should be positive, your unit digit will always result in the result of 5. And similarly, this will also be the case for the number 6. So you have the unit digit of all these calculations, so you just have to perform the sum, and the sum comes out to be 29, whose unit digit is the underlined letter or the number, that is 9. So your answer will be 9 in this case. Let's look at another question. This is a verbal question. Now, Vishal could not make it to the party as he dashed to finish his assignments. So, what are the options do we have? The options are has, had, have, and want. Now, if you have knowledge about English language and the way we frame sentences, then you know that the answer will be had in this case, because has cannot be the answer here. And this is something we are talking about a perfect tense. So, your answer should have the correct answer as had. The next question is again a verbal one. So, Dash being poor, Madhuri still dresses more appropriately than most of her group mates. So, now what are the options which we have? You know that since is used for something referring from a past, however, is used in condition to another sentence, and although is again similar to how however will be used, wherein we have a previous sentence over which we are commenting something upon. So, those three cannot be the answer. So the last option which we remain with is despite. So your answer will be despite in this case. So this was a very easy question, and these are the type of questions which are being asked. So you know the correct answer here is despite. Let's look at another question. Now this is an aptitude question where it says that X man walks 6 kilometers towards the east from a point A, and from the same point Y walks 8 kilometers towards the south. How far are the two friends from each other now? Now, if you look closely, we are talking from a perspective of a direction. So, a person goes from a point A, and another person similarly goes from the same point towards a different direction, that is east and south respectively. So, they form nothing but a right angle triangle. So, what you need to find out is the answer for your hypotenuse. So, these are the options. So, let's look at an explanation. So you can see that if the point is A and the person goes in two different directions, that is east and south in this case, so your answer will be nothing but the square root of 8 plus 6 square, which will result in 10. So your answer will be 10. Thus the two friends are 10 kilometers away from each other now. Let's look at another question. Find which of the two conclusions are defined if the following are as given to your question, where a plus b denotes a equals to b, a minus b denotes a less than b, a equals to b denotes a not equal to b, and so on. So you have certain conditions provided here in this question. So what the question is demanding is, It has given you a statement in the similar format, and there are conclusions, that is conclusion 1 and conclusion 2. You need to answer that which one of them is correct. So either neither of them will be correct, or any one of them will be correct, or both of them will be correct. So these are the type of conclusions which will be asked. So you have to answer that which one will be the correct option. So in this case, what you need to do is, first of all, look at the conclusions given to you in the form of statements inside of your question. So for example, if we look at k minus m, what does k minus m mean in terms of the conditions given to us? K minus m will mean k is less than m. Similarly, k divided by l will mean k is less than or equal to L, and L plus n will mean that L is equal to n. So we know that the statements are converted in the actual format, and then we have the conclusions. So one mistake which students commit is they do not convert the conclusions to the required ones. So in this case, if we look at the conclusion number 1, that is m minus L, if converted into the given format or the desired format, which should be the actual output, it means m is less than L, and the second one, which is m divided by n, will simply mean that m is less than or equal to n. So if you look at the statements and the conclusions now, you will find out that given k is equal to m and k is less than or equal to L and L is equal to n. So the first conclusion says m is less than L. So is that possible? The answer is no, because the conclusion which we can infer from the given statements will be m is less than or equal to L. However, the conclusion number 1 says that m is less than L. So that is false. The second condition says m is less than or equal to n, and if we find the conclusions, we will find that k is equal to m and L is equal to n. Also, k is less than L. So you can say that m is nothing but less than or equal to n, which is the second condition which has been stated here. So your second condition results to a true value. So your answer will be that the second conclusion is correct and the first one is incorrect, or second one is true and the first one is false. That is the conclusion which we come up with. Let's look at another question. It is a verbal question now in this case. He worked really hard and does dash to be promoted. So these are the options available to us, and what will be the correct option in this case? So first of all, let's look at the option merit. So does the word merit suit over there? The answer is no. Second, we look at the option deserve, because we have two options, deserve and deserves. So we will look at both of them. Now, if we use the word deserve, in this case, we see that the sentence won't be correct because the sentence is not speaking in a particular manner in which deserve will be applicable. If we look at the word wanted, wanted is not going to be the one, because the person himself is not talking about it, someone else is talking about the person. So in this case, wanted won't be the option, and the last option which we have is deserves. So your correct answer will be deserves in this case, wherein the sentence frames to be as he worked really hard and thus deserves to be promoted. So that is the explanation for the verbal question. Let's look at another question. Again, it's an aptitude question. So in this case, if from a deck of 52 cards, 4 cards are to be selected and one card of it should be a diamond and another card should be a heart, in how many ways can the card be selected? So in this case, the question is saying you that you have 52 cards, out of which you need to select 4 cards, from which one card should be a diamond and another one should be a heart. So in how many ways can you do this? For solving these kind of questions, you need to have a knowledge of permutation and combination. So that is a mandate in this case. So how do you solve this question? First of all, let's look at the options available to us. So these are the options which are available and you need to find out the answer. So if you have a knowledge of permutation and combination, you know that from the deck of 52 cards, if you were to select a diamond, then there are 13 cards of each type. So diamonds, hearts, and the other two. There will be 4 categories, and 13 into 4 will result in 52 cards. So if you look at it, choosing one heart from the 13 cards can be done in 13C1 ways, which means one card from 13 different combinations. Similarly, choosing a diamond from 13 cards will result in 13C1 ways, and once these two cards are chosen, we are left with 50 cards. So choosing the rest 2 cards from these 50 cards can be done in 50C2 ways. So if you look at it, then you will find out that the answer will be 13C1 into 13C1 into 50C2. Now 13C1 is nothing but 13, so it can also be written as 13 square into 50C2. So your answer will be the first option in this case. Let's look at another question. He had no interest in obligatory dinners and social events. So in this case, what options do we have? We have to use the appropriate word in this case. So what should that word be? So if you look at it, we are not talking about a past event. We are not talking about a present perfect event. We are talking about doing something, doing something in continuous. So in this case here, all the three options which you have apart from attending cannot be included in your answer, because if you read the sentence does not even look correct in that sense. So your answer in this case will be the option number 2, that is attending. So he had no interest in attending obligatory dinners and social events. So that is the answer. If you try to use other words, in that case your answer might be wrong, or you won't get the correct answer in that case. So your option number 2 is the correct answer in this case. Let's look at another question. Now in this case the question says the value of 15C13 is, and you have the following options in this case. This is a pretty much easy one, because you just have to use the formula for combinations, and in this case you can solve it easily because you have 13 below. So you know that the formula for combinations will be n factorial upon r factorial into n minus r factorial, where 15 factorial upon 13 factorial into 2 factorial will be the resultant that needs to be evaluated. So you don't need to evaluate all the way up to 1, you just have to evaluate up till 13 factorial, and then the 13 factorial in the denominator gets cancelled. So you know how to solve it efficiently. If you know combinations properly, then that should not be a problem for you. So your answer in this case will be option number 2, that is 105 in this case. So your answer is 105. Let's look at another question. Here this is a sentence correction question where you have three different parts of your sentence, and you need to select the option or the part of the sentence in which there is an error. So that error can be grammatical, or that error can be including not using proper punctuation marks and things like that. So you have these options and you need to tell in which part of the sentence there is an error. So let's read the sentence. These decisions provide firm ground for all players in the equality rights arena. Now if you look at the first part of your sentence, it says these decision provides. So if you look at the first part of the sentence, it says these decisions provides, which is wrong. It should be these decisions provide. So there is an error in the part A of your sentence. So your answer will be A in this case. So there is an error in the first part of the sentence, and rest of it is fine. So that should not be a problem. Let's look at another question. This is an aptitude question again. Now it says a bag has 4 strawberries and 8 grapes. What is the probability that both fruits drawn from it are strawberries? So let's look at the options here. So these are the options available to us, and you know that in this case the question is all about probability. It's just about this simple probability. So how do you solve this question? You know that a bag has 4 strawberries and 8 grapes, which add up to 12. If we just talk about fruits, when you know that there are 4 strawberries and 8 grapes, then you can add them up to 12. So you say that you have 12 fruits in a bag, and the question asks you for finding the probability that both the fruits drawn from it are strawberries. So that should be a completely easy question for you as well, where you know that the both fruits need to be strawberries. So that probability can be found out by number of events divided by the sample space. So in this case the answer will be 2 by 12 or 1 by 6. So your answer is 1 by 6 in this case. Let's look at another question. This is again an aptitude question. So now the question says a baby crawls 8 feet towards west, then 8 feet toward north, and then 14 feet towards east. How far and in which direction is the baby from the starting point? Let's look at the options available to us. Now many students commit this mistake where they find out the direction and they just select the one in which the desired direction is, but don't do that mistake. Find out the values as well along with the direction. So if you look at the question is pretty straightforward. And let's look at the explanation. If the baby starts moving towards west and moves 8 feet and then moves 8 feet towards the north and then 14 feet towards the east, so in that case you see that you have the following figure, and then in this case you can find out that a difference of 8, if cut out from the number 14, then you are left with 6, and then you have the height of the triangle formed as 8, so you can apply Pythagoras theorem in this case, and the answer will be 10. So now in this case you have two options which has the answer 10. So you need to also look for the direction. So many students might go for the option number 4, that is southeast, due to the options available, and there are multiple options available, and if you don't check you might be wrong. Your answer in this case is 10 feet towards northeast. So now let's look at another question. Four cars are parked in a row facing east. E is parked to the left of A, B and C. B, C and D are parked to the left of A. C is parked between A and B. If B is parked fourth from the left, how far is A parked from the right? The question has provided you with many details, but some of the details are not even required. So for example, if you look at the first sentence, it says four cars are parked in a row facing east. You don't need this information because it does not count in this case. You just need the information where it says that they are parked in a row. The direction is nothing we are concerned about here in this case. So what are the options available to us? 4, 3, 2, 1, that's quite obvious. Now if you know how the cars are organized, you know the answer. So the cars are organized in this manner, wherein you can see that the car E is parked to the left of A, B and C. B, C and D are parked to the left of A. C is parked between A and B. And then the question says if B is parked fourth from the left. So starting from E, you can see that B is parked at the fourth position. So now how far is A parked from the right? So starting from D, if you count, you will find that the car A is parked at fourth position. So if you see that the car number A is parked at the fourth position starting from D. So option number 1, that is fourth, is the correct answer in this case. So let's look at another question. This is again an aptitude question. So you need to find which of the two conclusions are defined if the following conditions are given to you. Let's look at the statements and the conclusions. So you have been given some conditions and you have been provided with a statement and a conclusion. And just like one of the previous questions which we solved, you know that you have to initially convert all these statements into their actual forms. So for example, if P is greater than S, then in that case you know that P is equal to S. From the condition number 2 given in the question, you know that P is equal to S. Similarly, S at the rate T will denote that S is not equal to T, and P hash R will denote that P is less than R. In a similar manner, you have to convert the conclusions, that is S mod R will denote S is greater than R, and then we have P at the rate T, which means that P is not equal to T. So once we have the statements and the conclusions in their original format, we can easily find the answer. So if you look at the statements properly, you see that P is equal to S and S is not equal to T, which means that P is not equal to T. So that is a transitive kind of a statement which we got. And our second conclusions is also speaking about it. That means P is not equal to T. Let's look at the first one, that is S greater than R, and why is it false? So if you look at the conditions here, you see that P is equal to S, and the third statement says P is less than R, but we know that S is equal to P, which means that S is also less than R, but the conclusion says that S is greater than R, which is contradictory and hence is false. So the first condition is false and the second one is true again in this case. So this is how you need to solve these kind of questions, where you have to first convert everything into the required format, and then you can arrive at a conclusion and check if it is holding true for the given set of statements or not. So that is how you solve it. So let's look at another question, that is choose an alternative. In this case, you have been given a sentence in which a word has been italicized. You need to select the appropriate option from the given options, which will still convey the same meaning but in a better manner. So this is the sentence, that is she has lived in Chennai since she was 8, and the word lived has been italicized. So you have to select the option which are provided to you. So which option, if we choose, will replace the sentence and still convey the same meaning is the task which has been provided here. So if you look at the options, we are talking about the girl who has lived in Chennai since she was 8. So she has been living in Chennai is one of the options. She had stayed in Chennai is one of the options. She is living in Chennai is one of the options. And there is the option lived in this case. Now, if you look at the options correctly, the sentence does not speak of any kind of past. The sentence does not speak that she is not living in Chennai right now or she has left Chennai right now. So the option had stayed is not the correct one in this case. We cannot go for the option had stayed. Now the sentence is referring to some sort of a past but not completely because the word has had been used in this case. So the option lived is again incorrect in this case. The fourth option, that is living, is again not correct because the sentence is already speaking in past perfect. So we have another option, that is option number B. So the option will be she has been living in Chennai since she was 8. So the sentence will still convey the same meaning and the answer in this case will be has been living. So that is the answer in this case. Let's look at another question, that is an aptitude question again. So the value of 5 to the power minus 2 into 10 to the power minus 4 divided by 2 to the power minus 5 into 5 to the power minus 6 is. Now to solve this question, you just have to use basic mathematics, and one of the hints which I can give you is that you can convert this question in the format in which the statements or the numbers already exist. So for example, if we just talk about the number 10, you can convert it into some manner. So this question is a homework for you. You can try this and solve it, and also try to answer this in the comment section for everybody. This is purposefully left blank. You need to answer it in the comment section. Let's look at another question, that is sentence correction again. Now you have three different parts in this sentence, and you need to tell that which part of the sentence is having an error. You have these options, that is A, B, C and no error, which means that this sentence is correct, there is no error. So the fourth option is no error for that purpose. So let's look at the options and this sentence to find out our answer. I was so surprised that I told me I was imagining things, but others confirmed that they too had seen the same sight. Now it is very clear from this sentence that the option number B, that is the part of the statement number B, has an error in it because the sentence speaks I told me I was imagining things, which is incorrect. It has to be reframed into something else, but that is not the correct one. So the option number B, or the answer is B in our case. The correct answer will be B. So that is your answer in this case. So let's look at another question. Now this question is on blood relations. Introducing a woman, a man said, she is the only daughter-in-law of my mother. How is the woman related to the man? So these are the options which we have. Now this question is not a very tough one. If you know what is the meaning of daughter-in-law for a mother, then you know the answer. So for an explanation purpose in this case, let's look at this explanation. So the mother and the man is related through a mother and son relation, and the man is saying that the woman whom he is introducing is the daughter-in-law of my mother. The word only has been used just to confuse you, and don't get confused in that case. So the man and the woman are related to each other as husband and wife. So the woman is related to the man as wife of the husband. So the correct answer will be wife in this case. Let's look at another question, which is choose an alternative again. The appropriate atmospheric conditions make it feasible for the astronomers to see the stars, and they could even distinguish the sizes. What you need to do in this question is that the italicized part needs to be replaced by something more suitable. So here are the options which we have. And even distinguish the sizes, then they were even distinguishing the sizes, and he could even distinguish the sizes, and is living. So you know that is living is not going to be the option in this case. That is the wrong one. That cannot be the one which we are looking at. Then we have and he could even distinguish the sizes. So if you look at the statement does not speak of a singular person. because it says astronomers, so we cannot directly say he could because the number of astronomers are not specified. So obviously it should be they could in that case. And then we have the option and they were even distinguishing the sizes. So in this case the option and they were distinguishing the sizes cannot be the option because we have not checked the first option yet. So if we look at this sentence now by trying to apply the option number 1, the sentence will be the appropriate atmospheric conditions make it feasible for the astronomers to see the stars and even distinguish the sizes. So we are just talking about distinguishing the sizes. The second option which we have says that they were even distinguishing the sizes. So we are not talking about distinguishing, we are talking about perspective. In this case, the answer will be option number 1, that is, and even distinguish their sizes, distinguish the sizes. Let's look at another question in this case. We have an aptitude question again where it says one gear of pulley rotates at 3 revolutions per second and another gear rotates at 5 revolutions per second. If both start together, after how many seconds will they be revolving together? So this question is very easy one because you know that we are talking about LCM in this case, because the question says if both start together, after how many seconds will they be revolving together, which means that they are asking for a time when both of them will start revolving at the same time. So in this case the answer will be the LCM of 3 and 5. So let's look at the options available to us, and you already know that the LCM of 3 and 5 is 15. So your answer will be 15 and they will revolve together after 15 seconds. So that is the answer in this case. So let's look at another question. Now this is a sufficiency question, data sufficiency question. Who is taller among Shraddha, Hira, Bimla and Anjali? Now you have been given two different statements and you need to tell that if the statement number 1 is alone sufficient, if the statement number 2 is alone sufficient, if both 1 and 2 are required to answer this query, if either one of the two is required to answer the query, or if neither one or two is able to answer this question. So you need to provide that solution in this case. So how do you do that? Let's look at the statements. So Hira is shorter than Shraddha but taller than Anjali. And the statement 2 is Bimla is taller than Hira. So let's look at the conditions. So this is the condition which we can say from the statement 1 and statement 2, that Hira is smaller than Bimla. So that is what we can say by just denoting them through greater than and less than symbols. But who is taller among the four cannot be told from this question. The reason is that there can be two different conditions. First, the condition can be either Anjali, then Bimla, then Hira, then Shraddha, or the second can be Bimla, then Anjali, then Hira, and then Shraddha. So the question does not provide you enough data to answer this query. So your answer in this case will be neither 1 or 2 is sufficient to answer this question. So I hope you got to understand what type of questions are being asked in the exam. So thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon, and also share this video to those who need it. And also, if you have not joined our channel on Telegram, then you can join it. All the links are provided in the description box below. And I would like to thank you again. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And as always, keep learning.